Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to give you a quick tutorial of how SKOOL works. I'm going to show you around some of the features and I'm going to show you how to use this platform to make money like this. So first things first, here's a list of some of the frequently asked questions that we've seen popping up in the community, and I'm going to go through these one by one and address them all right now. So a lot of people have been asking, do I need to use SKOOL payments to rank on the leaderboards in the SKOOL games? And the answer is yes. In the SKOOL games, if you go to the leaderboards tab, you'll see we have some leaderboards here, and we're going to rank people or groups by how much new MRR they've added in the month. Now, for us to be able to do that calculation, we need to have access to the actual billing. If this was just going to be a trust thing, it would be out of control because everyone would just claim they're making all kinds of different money and it would just be stupid. So yeah, you do need to use SKOOL payments, and every dollar you process through SKOOL payments will add up and show in your new MRR column right here. Now, to use SKOOL payments, I'm going to go to a group that I set up. You just go to your settings here, you go to subscriptions, and you click add price. And when you do that for the first time, you'll have to go through a process where you have to connect your bank account to SKOOL. And I suggest you do this right away so that when we actually launch the games, you're all ready to go. So you connect your bank account, you fill out some questions, and then once it's linked successfully, you'll be able to just click add price and select a price like $99 a month. And then bam, just like that, it's set at $99 a month. Now, by default, a group is free, and I'll show you what that looks like. So if you copy paste your link here and you look at it in an incognito window, you'll see that it just says join group, right? But if I change my price by going like this, make current, to $99 a month, and then I go back to incognito window and look at that link again, now it's going to say $99 a month to join. And someone will have to, put in their credit card and pay $99 a month to join like that, and then they'll become a member instantly. And you can see a list of your paid members by going to the members list and filtering by the people who have paid that particular price, right? And you can see your active members, your canceling members, and your churned members here, right? You can also export your members. So that is how you use SKOOL payments, and you need to use SKOOL payments to show up on the SKOOL games leaderboards here, right? Now, to participate in the games, you basically want to send traffic to your group's about page link. So I'm going to go to my group, Metalmania, right? Your about page, you just go to the about tab here, right? Now here you can add images and videos to make a good about page, right? And you can also put in a description. And so you want to write a good description, you want to have a mix of images and videos here, right? And you can also add some artwork to your group card over here by going to settings and then going to general. You can add a group icon and a group cover image. You can also add a group description here. You want to make your about page really good. This is like your sales page. This is the page that's going to encourage people to join your group, right? And once you've done that, you just get the link straight from the URL bar here. You just copy it and then you share that with your friends. You paste that. If you're chatting with people on other platforms, you can give them your link. Or if you're running ads, if you're sending emails from your email list, or whatever you're doing to promote your group, you're basically going to be sharing your about page link. People will land on it, they'll see what your group's about, and then they'll click join, and it will either be free or it will be paid, and those members will count towards your MRR and put you on the leaderboards. Now, what group is entered into the games? Some people have more than one group and they're confused, like what group is actually entered into the games? Well, if you're in the SKOOL games, any group that you are an owner of counts towards the school games, right? So you don't need to select any particular group to play the school games. You just need to be a member, and any group that belongs to you that you're using will show up in the leaderboards if you're making money with it, right? So that's how that works. Now, pinning groups to your sidebar and switching groups. So you can see over here, I've got some groups pinned to my sidebar. I've got the school games, I've got school community, and I've got Metal Mania here, right? Now, this is just a quick way to switch back and forward between the different communities I'm in. Now, to customize this, you go to your settings, you go to communities, and here you can see a list of all of your communities. You can just pin or unpin them like this, and you can get whatever you want on your sidebar. And then you can drag and drop them to change the order, right? So that's how you do that. Now, the groups that are on your sidebar have nothing to do with the groups that are entered into the games or anything like that. If you're a member of the school games, any group that you're using to make MRR will count and show on the leaderboards. Now, there is another way to switch groups. You can just click this group switcher up here, and you can switch this way as well, right? And on your mobile device, it'll be that little hamburger menu up the top left. Now, how the leaderboards and prizes work each month. So, the first challenge that we're doing is on February, and it starts February 1st at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and it's going to end February 27th at 9 a.m. Pacific time, right? And the moment the clock strikes 9 a.m. on Feb 1st and groups start getting sales, they will start showing in the leaderboards here in real time, right? Now, at this end time, we will take a snapshot of these leaderboards and preserve them so we know who the winners are. And that same day, like pretty much right away at 9 a.m., we will announce the winners in the community and say exactly who they are and all of that. And then we'll be in touch with them to arrange their prize, which will be One Day with Hormozi. We'll arrange for you to come out and meet live in person and all of that. Now, we're thinking that it's going to be roughly 3 weeks after the end of the challenge, and then we're going to do one of these every month. So the next one will begin on March 1st at 9 a.m. That's why we're ending these challenges 2 days before the end of each month. 2 days before the end of each month gives us time to announce the winners, celebrate them and everything, arrange the prizes, and prepare for the next one. Now, we're going to preserve the leaderboards every month. So when we get to March, you'll be able to see March leaderboards, and you'll be able to look back and see February leaderboards. So the winners of every challenge will be preserved in school history and be very visible to everyone, so that everyone can look back and see what they did. But yeah, we're going to have a new one of these every month, and the same prizes every month as well. Now, for the Hormozi one-day recordings, these will not be available until after we do the live event, obviously, right? So we're going to do the live event, which is roughly going to be 3 weeks after we end this challenge. And then it'll take us probably like 2 or 3 days to process the videos and upload them and everything. And then once they're all uploaded, so you can imagine this is probably 3.5 weeks after the end of February, we will have them available in school. And then everyone that got 3 paying members during that month, Feb 1st to Feb 27th, we will unlock that course for them, and that course will contain the recordings of the whole day with Hormozi, right? So that's how that will work. Now, referring people to the school games, right? So if you go to your affiliates tab here, you can copy and paste your affiliate link like that and share it with someone. So I'll copy it, I'll go to incognito to see what it would look like, and you can see it is taking them to go through the school games. And you can see here that it's tracking to me, right? Now, if anyone signs up for the school games, they're going to be attributed to you, and you're going to get 40% of their monthly recurring revenue for life. And SKOOL's $99 a month, so that's roughly $40 a month in commissions. And that means if you refer 3 people, you will be getting SKOOL at a profit. You'll be making $21 a month. And this funnel converts insanely well. It's the best converting thing I've ever seen. So I recommend you copy your link, your affiliate link here, and share it with some people. Share it on social, share it with your email list or whatever, and get SKOOL for free and actually make some money out of it. And Hormozi announced too that if you refer a winner, you will win too. So if you refer somebody that shows up on the leaderboards in any month, then you'll get to come as well, right? And we can tell who referred who. So at the end of the month, when there is winners, we'll look at who they are, announce them, and then we'll also look at who referred them, if anyone, right? And we'll get in contact with you. Now, SKOOL basics. Now, if you're brand new to SKOOL, I'm just going to walk you through a couple of the main features, right, and tell you how it works. So you've got the categories. So in the community tab, you have categories up here. So you can look at monetizing posts, traffic posts, or just all of them, right? Now to create a category, you go to settings, you go to you go to categories, and you just add a category like that, right? And you can manage your categories here, right? Now, categories act as kind of guide rails for discussion. So we want people to talk about these kinds of things in here, so we created these. Initially, we had a category called meetups, but a lot of the meetup posts were kind of spammy. It was like anyone in this area, anyone in this area. And we noticed a few people were getting frustrated. So we just removed that category because we didn't like the nature of the content that emerged from it. And that's what I recommend you do with categories, is think, how do you want people to interact with your community? And then come up with some categories. And if you don't like the type of posts different categories create, then you can, remove them. And you can see in SKOOL community here, we have how I use SKOOL, announcements, product feedback, product questions, bug reports, right? You can see exactly how we want you to use the community by the categories that we've got, right? Now, courses. So courses, you go to Classroom and you can have courses here. You can have one or many courses. To create a course, you just click New Course, you give it a name, a description, and you can select who has access to it, right? Now, you can make it so that everyone in your group has access to your course, or only members at a certain level, and you can select what level that is. If you do this, it will gamify your group by unlocking something at a particular level. So you could have some content available to people as soon as they join, but as soon as they get to a certain level, they unlock a course. This is a great way to incentivize engagement. But going back to courses, so to make a course, you add it. As soon as you add a course, it looks like this. Now, in a course, you just click Edit up here, and you can add a title, you can add a video if you want, and you can add a description here. And you can add images and rich text formatting and things in here as well, right? So making a course is very simple. Then to add another module, you just click Add Module, and it will add down like this. You can edit a module like that, right? Pretty straightforward. You can delete one like this. And you can also duplicate a module by just clicking Duplicate, and it will go like that, right? Pretty straightforward. Now, calendar. So calendar is on this tab up here, and you can create events to engage with your community live. So you just click this plus arrow up here. You can put in a title like coffee hour. You select a date, time, duration, time zone, and you can set it to be a recurring event, like it might be recurring every week on a Tuesday, for example. Then you can put a Zoom link in here, or you can use Google Meet if you want. Google Meet is free, and most people use Zoom or Meet. And then you can add a description and some artwork and select who has access to it, all members or members at a certain level, right? Set a reminder. And then people will be able to see in their calendar when the next event's happening, and they will show up live on Zoom, and you can have a live event with them. Now, good use cases of this. We've seen people that create events have very engaged communities. A very common one is just like a Q&A or a hangout. One guy, Hamza, who I'm sure you've seen on this platform, he does a daily coffee hour in the morning with his community, and they absolutely love it. All he does is show up at about 8 or 9 in the morning, turns on Zoom and has a coffee and just hangs out with people in his community. There's no agenda. There's no content that's created that he's like lecturing to them about. They're just hanging out and chatting. And his members love it and find it extremely valuable, right? So you can use a calendar for organizing these kinds of things. Now the next one is leaderboards. So the leaderboards tab up here in your community, it'll look something like this. Now you can customize the name of your levels by just clicking the settings cog and then edit. I could call level 1 noob, for example. And you could see it will show like this. And you can kind of change the name of your levels to personalize your group a little bit, right? And I'll tell you a little bit about how this gamification system works. So 1 like is 1 point. So if you're posting or commenting, if someone likes your post or your comment, you get 1 point. 1 like is 1 point, right? And as you get points, you go up levels. So I can see here that everyone starts at level 1 with 0 points. And as they get more points, they go up these levels like this. And as you go up levels, it's harder to get to the next level, right? And then you can incentivize people by unlocking courses at different levels, right? So this encourages people to help others in the community, because if they help someone out by answering their question or adding value, they will get more points. As they get points, they go up levels. As they go up levels, they unlock things, right? And this is a great feature in SKOOL to turn it into a game for your members, right? The game that we're playing is the MRR leaderboards, right? But the game your members are playing, it's totally up to you, but a lot of it is about leveling up and unlocking things, right? And you want that because that means your group's going to be engaged, and that means that people are going to keep coming back and enjoy the experience, right? So now about page. I've already touched on this a bit, but your about page is basically what you're going to use as your funnel. You just go to the about tab. You can add images and videos here, right? You can add a description, and you can set a price by setting up payments by going to settings and then subscriptions and adding one here and making sure it's the current price by going make current. And then you just copy paste this link and share it with people. And if you want to see what it looks like, you can go to a new incognito window and it will show you, right? This is what people will see. So that is your about page, and that's where you're going to send traffic. And then when they're on that page, they're going to click buy, they'll enter their payment information, and that's how you earn your MRR. And for you to see your MRR, you can just go to settings, dashboard, and it will show here. It'll show you how many paid members you've got and how much MRR, which is monthly recurring revenue, you're earning, right? And this is what will show up on the SKOOL Games leaderboards that you can navigate to, like this. And if you're lucky enough to be online, when you get a new customer, you'll hear the sound and see a notification like this. Nice little touch. And that, I basically explain how the payments feature works too. I will just tell you a few more tips about payments. So if I go back to Metalmania, settings, subscriptions. Now, this settings cog up here, you want to check the support email that you've got here. By default, we set it to your email that you have for your SKOOL account, but a lot of you might not want that as your actual support email. So I recommend you go there and you change it to whatever email address you want people to contact you for customer support. You can also turn on and off this money sound. And if you ever want to change the bank account that your payouts are going to, you can do so here, right? Now, a couple of tips that people find useful when they're using SKOOL. Now, notifications, right? So you can tune your notifications by going to your settings, notifications, and when somebody follows you, you can turn that notification on or off. When you earn money from referrals, you can turn that on and off. And then you can see your notification settings for every group you're in. So you can fine tune this based on the group. So in the SKOOL games, I might have my digest at weekly, email frequency at hourly. I might turn post likes. I might turn that off, right? You can see all of these different settings. So if you're getting too many emails or whatever, you can just go to your settings, notifications, and fine tune everything here, right? Now, watching posts. So when you comment on a post, right? Like I will go down and I will comment on this post. You can see that it automatically selects this thing called watch, right? Now, I will be watching this post automatically, and that means that whenever somebody else comments on this post, I'm going to get a notification. If you don't want that, when you're commenting, you can just uncheck the watch thing and you won't get notified, right? Or up here, you can simply watch a post or unwatch it. So if you're getting a ton of notifications from a particular post and it's annoying you, follow that notification to the post and just unwatch it, and you won't get any more notifications for it, right? Simple as that. Now, chat. So if you go to if you hover over a user, like if I hover over this guy here, I can start a chat with him, right? Now, if you're getting too many chats from a particular group and it's really starting to annoy you, you can turn your chat on or off for each specific group. So if you're a member of a big free group and you're getting quite a lot of DMs from it, you can just turn your chat off for that group, and then you won't get any more from that one. But if you want DMs on for particular groups, you can have them on. This fine-tuning of your DMs allows you to be in free groups that are massive but not get harassed, but be in small, tight-knit groups and be able to DM with other people in there. And pinned posts. So when I go to a community like the SKOOL Games, you might get sick of seeing the same pinned post at the top. I know I do. So you can just click the hide link up the top here and they'll go away. Now, where did they go? Well, you just click this filters icon and you select pinned, and now here they are, right? And if you want to bring them back for some reason, you can unhide it. And then if I go back, here it is again, right? So, once you've seen and interacted with a pinned post, you can get rid of it, and don't worry, you can always bring it back from here. Now, how to get support. Well, the SKOOL Games community is a great place to start, right? You just go to SKOOL Games here, you can post, comment, or whatever in here. There's an amazing community of people here that are willing to help you out, right? But you can also look at help docs. So if you go to help.skool.com, here you will see some different docs about, how to do different things. How do I invite members roles, how do I pin a post, right? And we're going to add more docs to this knowledge base as we see the different things people need help with. So this can be a great resource, help.skool.com. Another way is just by contacting our support team, and you can just email them help@skool.com, right? So you've got community, help docs, and help@skool.com. Now, if you're going through this process and you don't want to continue and you want to cancel your group, you can do that by just going to settings. So you need to be on your group, right? And you go to settings and you go to billing, and you can cancel your subscription by clicking that link there, right? And so when you cancel your subscription to your group, you will be automatically removed from the SKOOL Games. You need to have an active group subscription to be a member of the SKOOL Games. This is a place for admins only that are actively participating, right? And another way you can get to your group is by going to settings, and then you can go to communities, and you can see admin settings here or member settings here. So if you're an admin of a group, it'll say admin. You can just click that and then go to billing and referrals, right? Simple as that. Now, find members in your city or niche by searching. So if you want to know, hey, are there any other members in here in Australia? You just type Australia, and then you click members, and here we go, right? What about Sweden? I don't know if that only has one E, doesn't it? Yep. Now I can see people in Sweden. Or what if I'm like, I wonder if anyone in here does yoga? Right, here we go. Oh, I wonder if anyone here is into AI. Right? So you can use the search feature. It's great for searching posts, but it also searches members too, right? Now, how do you get your group to show up in Discovery? So you might have noticed that SKOOL has a Discovery feature that you can go to by clicking this and then going to Discover Communities, right? Here, people can discover different communities by selecting different categories like personal development or music, right? And when they click this, they'll go to your About page and learn about your community, and they can join for free, or if it's paid, whatever. So how do you show up in Discovery? Well, you need to have at least 2 members, right? If it's just you and your community, it isn't really a community yet, right? So recruit a friend or something. Find someone to hang out with in your group, right? You also need to have a few posts. If there's absolutely nothing in your community, we're not going to index it because there's nothing for people to discover. And you also want to have an About page description, which if I go to my group here, you need to have one of these, an About page description, and you need to have a group description. So your group description is this, which you can edit by clicking Settings, and then General, and then Group Description, right? So you need to have all of these things, otherwise it's not going to show up in Discovery, because our system has to go through that information and decide what category is this group in, right? And for it to do that, it needs to have a little bit of information. And there also needs to be some stuff in your group, right? And expect roughly a 24-hour delay for our system to categorize and index your group in Discovery after you have these things, right? So another question people might have is, well, how does the Discovery ranking work? We use a basic algorithm that looks at engagement. So how many people are joining your group? How many of them are actively engaging by liking, posting, and commenting? And that's basically what we look at. Discovery uses a ranking system based on engagement, right? Just like how our leaderboards in the SKOOL Games are going to rank based on new MRR. This is like an income one. The Discovery system uses an engagement one. So if you want to see what groups are really engaged, Discovery shows you that. If you want to see what groups are making a lot of money, you can look at the leaderboards in here. And that's basically how a quick overview of like how SKOOL works, some of the key features and questions we've seen popping up. Now, if you've got other questions, feel free to ask them in the community. And as we see more frequently asked questions, we'll add more information in here so that everyone knows what to do. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, the email for support is help@skool.com. And I look forward to seeing you in your group in the SKOOL Games.